Shibuya is more than just a place to catch a train. In Japan, stations often act like small city centers, and Shibuya is a clear example of that. As soon as you step out, everything you need feels close. Shops, cafes, and restaurants are packed into a walkable area, and food is never far away. That's why today we're focusing on ramen shops you can find within walking distance of Shibuya Station. Shibuya plays an important role in daily life, especially for young people, students, and office workers. The area is busy from morning until late at night. With constant movement and energy, streets near the station are filled with people, music, screens, and narrow side roads that quickly lead to smaller, quieter spots. You might recognize the large crossing nearby, where crowds move in every direction at once, or the surrounding shopping streets that change quickly with new trends. What feels especially Japanese here is how tightly everything is gathered. Within just a few minutes on foot, you can choose from many different styles of ramen, from rich and filling bowls to lighter options. That density and convenience make Shibuya a great place to explore everyday ramen culture. We begin just a few minutes' walk from Shibuya Station in a quiet back street, where the noise of the scramble crossing already feels far away. Hayashi, often called Hayashi Shibuya, is a small, understated shop with a calm presence. The exterior is simple, almost modest, and inside you'll usually find a narrow counter, soft lighting, and a sense that people are here to focus on the bowl in front of them, rather than on conversation or atmosphere. It feels personal, almost like stepping into someone's carefully kept kitchen. The ramen here is known for its balance. The soup is usually soy sauce-based, but it's not sharp or salty. Instead, it's round and smooth, with a gentle depth that comes from careful stock, preparation rather than bold seasoning. The representative bowl many people order is the classic shoyu ramen, topped with neatly sliced chashu, green onions, and a clean-looking broth that invites you to taste slowly. The first sip doesn't overwhelm you. It builds quietly, revealing layers as you continue eating. Reviews often mention how calm the ramen feels. Some people love that it's refined and controlled, while others say it may feel too subtle if they are craving something bold or heavy. There is very little flash here. That is exactly why many regulars keep coming back. This is ramen for people who enjoy clarity and balance, for those who want to taste each ingredient without distraction. It's especially good if you want to reset your palate or start your ramen exploration gently. From this quiet, thoughtful bowl, it's interesting to move towards something more openly casual and familiar. And that contrast brings us naturally to the next shop. Chukamenten Kiraku is closer to the station, and you can feel that immediately. The street is busier, the entrance more open, and the atmosphere inside is brighter and more energetic. This is the kind of place where you might see office workers on lunch break, students stopping by after class, and solo diners eating quickly before heading somewhere else. The shop feels practical and welcoming rather than intimate. The ramen style here leans toward classic chuka soba, a nostalgic Japanese interpretation of Chinese-style noodles. The soup is soy sauce-based again, but compared to Hayashi, it is more straightforward and slightly stronger. The broth has a familiar aroma, something that many Japanese diners associate with everyday ramen rather than a special occasion. One representative bowl is their standard chuka soba, with springy noodles, bamboo shoots, and a clear but flavorful soup that goes down easily. Reviews often describe Kiraku as reliable. People praise it for consistency and comfort rather than uniqueness. Some say it doesn't try to stand out, and that's exactly its strength. Others mention that the flavors may feel simple. If you are looking for innovation or richness, this is ramen for people who want something honest and dependable, especially if you're new to ramen culture and want a clear reference point. It's also a good choice if you're short on time and want a satisfying bowl without overthinking it. After this familiar, everyday style, the next stop takes us in a slightly more playful and modern direction, both in mood and in flavor. Usagi, also located within walking distance of Shibuya Station, has a noticeably different atmosphere. The space feels more contemporary, sometimes even stylish, with a slightly curated feel. It's still a ramen shop, but there's a sense of intention in the design, from the lighting to the layout. You might notice people taking photos of their bowls here, something less common at more traditional shops. The ramen at Usagi often features richer, more expressive flavors. While the base may still be soy sauce or chicken-based, the soup tends to be thicker and more aromatic. A representative bowl could be their chicken-forward ramen, where the broth has a creamy texture without being heavy, and the toppings are arranged with visual care. The noodles are chosen to hold on to the soup, making each bite feel complete. Reviews frequently highlight how satisfying and modern the ramen feels. Many people enjoy the depth and the slightly luxurious mouthfeel. On the other hand, some diners say it can feel a bit heavy if you're not in the mood for richness, or that the focus on presentation makes it feel less casual. This shop is best for people who enjoy bold flavors and don't mind a bit of indulgence. It's also appealing if you like seeing how ramen evolves beyond tradition. Once you've experienced this fuller, more expressive style, it becomes interesting to step into a place that blends richness with a calmer, almost meditative atmosphere. Renj no Gotoku is a short walk from the station, tucked away enough that you feel you've left the main flow of Shibuya behind. The atmosphere inside is quieter, with a sense of order and focus. The shop often feels serious about ramen, but not in an intimidating way. It's more like a place where both the staff and the customers share a quiet respect for the food. The ramen here is known for its depth and complexity. The soup often combines multiple elements, such as chicken and seafood, creating a layered flavor that unfolds gradually. A representative bowl might be their signature ramen, where the broth has a slightly thick texture and a lingering aftertaste. The noodles are firm and the toppings are chosen to complement, rather than dominate the soup. Reviews often mention how carefully constructed the ramen feels. Many people appreciate the balance between richness and restraint. Some say the flavors are sophisticated and rewarding, while others feel it requires patience and attention to fully enjoy. This is ramen for people who like to think while they eat, who enjoy discovering subtle changes from the first sip to the last. It's especially appealing if you want something memorable, but not flashy. After this composed and thoughtful experience, the final stop shifts the mood once again, bringing us to something louder, bigger, and unmistakably Shibuya. Dogenzaka Mammoth is located up the slope of Dogenzaka, an area known for its nightlife and energy. The shop reflects that environment immediately. The space feels lively, sometimes crowded, and unmistakably bold. Even the name suggests scale and impact, and the atmosphere matches that promise. The ramen here is heavy, rich, and unapologetic. This is the kind of place known for thick pork-based broth, often inspired by the gyro-style tradition. A representative bowl is large with a mountain of noodles, thick slices of pork, and a dense soup that coats your mouth. Garlic and fat play major roles, and the flavors are direct and powerful. Reviews are very polarized, and that's part of the identity. Fans love it for its intensity and value, saying it's perfect when you're extremely hungry or want something unforgettable. Critics say it can be too much, too heavy, or overwhelming, especially for first-time ramen eaters. This shop is best for people who want an experience rather than just a meal. Those who enjoy excess and don't mind committing to a very specific style. Taken together, these 5 shops show how much variety can exist within a short walk from the same station. From quiet balance to everyday comfort, from modern richness to careful complexity, and finally to pure intensity, Shibuya's ramen scene offers choices that depend less on good or bad, and more on mood, appetite, and curiosity. Ramen and Shibuya Station belong naturally to the same daily rhythm. Around this station, ramen isn't something you plan far in advance. It's something you notice while walking, something that fits easily between errands, work, or an evening out. What makes ramen around Shibuya Station so easy to enjoy is how close everything feels. Within a short walk, the atmosphere changes, the flavors change, and the experience shifts, but the effort stays small. You don't need to search hard or travel far. You simply choose what matches your mood that day. This way of eating feels very Japanese. The station isn't just a place to pass through. It quietly supports everyday life, offering choices that are quick, personal, and flexible. Food becomes part of movement, not a separate destination. As the noise of the station fades into the background, you can imagine standing there, deciding where to turn next with the comfort of a warm bowl, waiting just a few steps away.